All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Steelers' loss to the Cowboys and the Steelers as a whole. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And honestly, guys, I won't lie to you. I didn't get this out right as the game ended because it was fucking 2 in the morning and I just watched the highest paid defense, the best defense in the NFL get absolutely driven on, get absolutely fucking cooked up, get absolutely dotted by Dak Prescott. I didn't want to make the video last night. I slept on it. I decided, maybe I'll feel better about it in the morning. Unfortunately, I feel worse about this game in the morning. So let's start it out. Obviously, the offense just isn't where we need it to be. Justin Fields is, doing what he can. The offense is doing what it can. But with this, with the injuries that we have and the lacking of talent, and on top of that, the play calling, man, it is just hard. It is just very hard to get some points on the board. It is very hard to give this defense a break. And, the tweet on the screen here is talking about how the defense let the touchdown at the end. That is for sure a thing. We're going through injuries on the defense as well. Like, obviously, Nick Herbig got hurt. We don't have Highsmith. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We're missing some pieces on defense for sure. And it's easy to be mad at the defense for letting up that touchdown at the end of the game. Low-key, I'm upset at the defense for letting up that touchdown at the end of the game. Like, the offense, we know it's shitty. We know, we're not going to be able to score points at a high clip. But when we do have the lead and the defense, like, you have the chance to win it for us, we would like you to do that. You're the highest paid defense. And yesterday they just couldn't do it. They're actually today, because once again the game didn't end until 2 in the morning. So yeah, today the defense couldn't do that, and it was very frustrating to see. And just this offense, bro, like, going back to the offense, it is just very unfortunate that we have found ourselves in, like, this boat that we're in. Because, the run game was supposed to be a very dominant thing, and we're going through Jalen Warren's hurt, Cordero's hurt, a lot of offensive linemen are hurt. Najee Harris doesn't necessarily represent us, represent what we're trying to be on the run department. Not to say Najee Harris is bad, not to say Najee Harris isn't, this great player, but it seems like the run calling that we're doing, a lot of zone reads, it's just not, it doesn't fit his play style, And so, we're going through that, and then we go to the passing game. We got Van Jefferson dropping passes. Quez Watkins, I don't think, has seen the field. Calvin Austin, he didn't really get many receptions. Muth, he does his thing when he gets the ball, but, just as a whole, this passing thing is just not happening. I don't think it's on Justin Fields, man. A lot of people are going to be talking about, oh, maybe we should put in Russ. Maybe, Russ will be the answer. But I really don't think that that's the case, man. I just think we are so far back on offense. I think we are so far behind the ball on offense that it just, you know what I'm saying? Not to say it won't matter, because maybe Russell Wilson coming off an injury and, a hot Justin Fields, rank them how you want. But I just don't think that Russell Wilson is going to necessarily push the needle for us. Now, if I'm wrong about that, if he's going to start next week, I guess we'll have to see. But I don't think that's the answer right now. And also, I want to give an apology out there. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, since I talked about the Steelers. One, just life things kind of happening. But two, I'm going to talk about us getting Davante Adams, man. This team right now, we need Davante Adams. Maybe he will really help, but I just don't think we're in a play calling standpoint. I just don't think we're in an offensive standpoint to justify, let's go get one of the best receivers in the NFL. It would for sure help, I'm sure. I'm sure having Davante out there would be a weapon, of course. But are we ready for that, man? Is Arthur Smith play calling for Davante Adams, man? Because right now, I just don't see it, man. I really don't see it. We can't even use George Pickens, and we'll talk about George Pickens and his usage here in a second. But I like that. That was the trending topic all week, and it was the Cowboys, they're hurt. We're gonna get this win. We're gonna get this win, and then we show up on Sunday Night Football. The world is watching. Primetime is watching. My girlfriend's watching. It's her birthday, man. We're doing nothing, bro. We're doing absolutely nothing the whole game. For 3 quarters, there's nothing going on. And then all of a sudden, we take the lead. Nice. Congratulations. And what does the defense do? We just give it right back, bro. We just give it right back, man. And so, this tweet says, it's incredibly frustrating. And 2 weeks ago, we were up, man. We were 3-0. The sky was the limit. We were looking really good. And then, as the weeks go on, it's just damn, back down to earth. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up. That is, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what happened, bro. It's we're back to normal, back to the Steelers that we would have been. Is Matt Canada out there? Pretty much, I can't tell. Mike Tomlin, brother. And a lot of people are going to be calling for Mike Tomlin. A lot of people are doomsdaying it. I'm not necessarily doomsdaying it, but I'm not going to be on here laughing and smiling and giggling we didn't just lose on Sunday Night Football at 2 in the morning on the defense really should have got the win. I'm not going to do that either. But I'm also not on the fire Mike Tomlin train. But it's just like it can't continually happen like this. Like we have 3-4 different offensive coordinators, and the offense looks the same. We've run through players, we've run through quarterbacks, we've run through different pieces, and the offense just looks the same. And so Mike Tomlin, bro, like at some point it has to go on Mike Tomlin. At some point, the blame has to be put there. Now, sorry, I had like a burp, but at some point, man, it's just ridiculous, bro. Like Mike Tomlin, we have to get this going, man. And the defense, like I said, they gave up that final touchdown, but for the whole game, they let up 13 points, man. I think the Cowboys, they finished with 20 because they got that touchdown at the end. But we can't score 20 points, bro. We can't do that in 5 weeks. We can't score 20 points. It's just insane to me that like this is a real thing. And I know like everybody was telling me this, and that's the title of the video, is like everybody was right about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I understand that, but I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, and I know the season is still early. We have a chance to like really rally around the team. Maybe we'll get Devontae Adams and that'll fix everything. Maybe we'll get Deontay Johnson back. Maybe we'll get somebody else back. But right now, I just don't get it, man. I really don't get it. I don't know what we're gonna do to fix this offense. I don't know if Russ is gonna come in. I don't know if we're gonna make a move. I don't know if we're gonna do some changing on the offensive scheming. Arthur Smith, maybe we bring him down. Maybe I'll have him stand on the sideline. If you guys don't remember, Matt Canada had some success doing that for a week. So maybe Arthur Smith stands on the sideline. I'm not sure exactly what we need to do, but we need to fix it, man. We definitely need to fix it because yesterday was very embarrassing. I work with a lot of football fans. I work with a lot of Cowboys fans, and it's going to be embarrassing to go to work right now, man. I'm debating on calling out low-key because it's crazy, and I'm going to be taking it. I've been talking shit all year, and it's finally caught up to me. And, 3-0, I was getting my shit off. Now we're 3-2, back-to-back losses against the Colts and the Cowboys, two teams that we low-key should have beat. Really should be 5-0 right now, but it is what it is. It's going to be a rough day for me, man. So, I'll take it, though, because, you got to be able to shit talk. If you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it. So I'm going to be able to take it, but it is just incredibly frustrating. I wish, yesterday went different. Next up, though, last 5 games of Matt Canada's 3-2 record, 292 yards per game at 17.4 games. First 5 games of Arthur Smith, 3-2 record, 299 yards and 18 points a game. So 1 more points and 7 more yards per game has been the improvement to this point. And I believe, low-key, though, I think Matt Canada... Is this crazy to say Matt Canada had like a better offense? Like the offensive line pieces were maybe a little worse, but at the same time too, all of our offensive linemen are hurt. Like we don't even have Troy Fautanu out there. We don't have, who else are we missing? And actually, no, Samalu came back. I don't think we have James Daniels, but the Samalu has been hurt for a little bit. Broderick Jones has kind of been going in and out, and then like the wide receiver room, like we had Deontay Johnson with Matt Canada. The quarterback, of course, Justin Fields is probably better than Kenny Pickett. But like just nothing. There's literally no improvement. It's the same picture. It is pretty much the same exact team. And it's like when this happens, the only thing you can do is you have to point to the constant. You have to point to the thing that is still there. And the thing that is still there is Mike Tomlin, man. And so I don't know what kind of influence this guy has on the offense, but he needs to stop. He needs to let Arthur Smith cook. He needs to let somebody else cook and figure this shit out, because we talk about the Pitt Panthers, right? Big college football fan. Pat Narduzzi, their head coach, he was getting shit on. He was getting pressed about it because he's a defensive coach and it's like this offense is stale. What does he do? He goes to fucking D3 football or some shit and he finds the best offensive coordinator and he brings him to the big leagues. And you know what's going on right now? Pitt is 5-0. We got one of the best offenses in college football. We're ranked. He put his pride to the side and he got a real play caller, man. Mike Tomlin. If that is something you got to do, bro, you got to do it. And I get the NFL is way different than college. I get things work way different in the NCAA than the NFL. But you know what I'm saying? At some point, something's got to give. This is just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how I can't keep making these videos, Loki. Like, you guys can probably see it. The energy is down. You guys can probably see it. I've said the same thing. At this point in my YouTube journey, I have said the same takes probably 35 times at this point about this offense just being lackluster, this offense being boring, this offense being a snooze fest, this offense being embarrassing. I've talked about it over and over and over again. Mike Tomlin, at some point, you got to answer for this. And I'm a Mike Tomlin defender. I love Mike Tomlin. I'm not on like the fire train or whatever, but we got to figure something out with this shit, man. So Mike Tomlin, get it together. Team, get it together. Next up, here we go. Steelers points per game, 2021 through 2024. 2021, we had 20. 2022, 18. 2023, 17. 2024, 18.4. The more things change, the more that they stay the same. It's been like this for a while. You can even go back to 2020. Yeah, you can even go back to 2020 when we were undefeated because, like, I feel like those games we were struggling, man. We've been struggling since Duck and Mason were out there since 2019. Since 2019, this offense has been shit. We're approaching 10 years of this offense being shit, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I know it's 2024 and there's like 5 more years to go before it's 10 years. But time flies, bro. I am 24. Like, I never thought I'd be 24. I was just 8 years old yesterday, you know? Time flies. So if we don't fix this, you know, soon, all of a sudden it's going to be, yo, it's been fucking 15 years since the Steelers have scored 22 points a game, you know? All of a sudden it has been 35 years since the Steelers have had a Super Bowl run. And that whole time, I bet Mike Tomlin is never going to have a losing season. And that whole time, I bet Mike Tomlin will still be our head coach. Because like, Mike Tomlin is a good coach. Like, that is what I don't want to get, like, overlooked or whatever. He is a good coach, but, like, he has this Achilles heel, it seems. He has, like, this crux or whatever, you know, like this asterisk, like, hey, he is a great head coach, but if you want to do good on offense, it is just not going to happen. And we point back to the Killer B era. Like, if the talent is there, I believe, you know, we can do something. Even when Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator, if it is there, I believe Mike Tomlin will defer. But maybe because of his tenure in the NFL, maybe he's feeling himself, because when we had Bruce Arians there, when we had Todd Haley there, it was like kind of early into his tenure. Todd Haley was like in the mid, you know, kind of length of his tenure, but Bruce Arians, I believe he was there when Mike Tomlin got there, and so, like, maybe he's not necessarily flexing, but at this point, you know, he's been around for a while, he's never had a losing season. Maybe now he's flexing and being like, yo, we're gonna be this team, not that team. Like, I don't care about your system, this is what we're doing. Maybe he's on that shit, I don't know. But yeah, at some point, Mr. Mike Tomlin, we got to get it together, man. We have to figure this out, and this offense is just embarrassing. Like, I'm sitting here having to explain to my girlfriend, like, yo, we're a good team, but, like, we just can't score points. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how much of a clown I look? Like, hey, we're a good team, but, like, we don't score points and the defense is bad sometimes. Like, what do we do? We have Chris Boswell, man. That's what we have Chris Boswell and TJ Watt. That's what we fucking do, man. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Next, Justin Fields was given an offense of Van Jefferson and Scotty Miller at wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2, and a substitute teacher at running back last night, and they still had 160 total yards and 2 touchdowns and gave his team the lead until the final 20 seconds of the game. Build an offense around this guy next year, I beg of you. Like I said, I don't think Justin Fields is the problem. I don't think we need to sub him out to put in Russell Wilson. I just believe, like, we are so far behind the ball in terms of schematics, and look at the wide receiver room. We got Van Jefferson and Scotty Miller out there, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is, you know, they're professionals, they're NFL players, sure. But you can't expect to win in this league with wide receivers like that. And so, you know, maybe we get a Devontae Adams, but I just don't think we're there, man. I really don't think we're there. Like, at one point, I was like, hey, yeah, we need to bite the bullet. We need to, like, you know, go for it. We need to go all out. But, like, I see this team play. I see some of the play calls. I see, like, we're 3rd and 8, and what are we going to do? We're going to hand the ball off because we're scared. I see, you know, we're in the goal line, and what do? We pass to Pat Freiermuth to get, like, a gain of nothing. We're scoring touchdowns with Connor Hayward, for God's sakes. Like, you know, no offense. You know what I'm saying? But this is just the team we are. And so you're telling me we're going to go get Devontae Adams? Getting Devontae Adams is like putting fucking diesel in a Honda. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. But hey, if we're going to do it, fuck it, let's do it. And maybe, just maybe, like, this offense will turn around with it, because he's a good player. He's way better than Van Jefferson and Scotty Miller for sure. But I just, you know, like, I am just frustrated, man. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just frustrated. If you guys are still here 13 minutes in, I am just frustrated. I'm a little tight. Because I know what this team can be. I know what the expectations were. I know what I predicted us to be. And right now it is looking spooky. But it is only 2 losses in a row. We can get things going again. And if we just start rattling off wins, all of a sudden we're 7-2, and that looks way better than the 3-2 that we are now, you know? But like Van Jefferson and Scotty Miller at wide receiver 1 and 2, it's ridiculous. And speaking of that, where the hell is George Pickens, man? Where's George Pickens at? Okay, here we go. Van Jefferson played 47 of 58 snaps. Calvin Austin played 44 of 58 snaps. And George Pickens played 34 of 58 snaps. Cameron Hayward played 55, and he's 35 years old. Mike Tomlin says George Pickens was limited because of snap management, compared it to resting and rotating defensive linemen like Cam Hayward, and there's no underlying story. Mike Tomlin, what are you talking about? What do you mean we're snap managing our literally only good offensive player outside of Muth and Justin Fields and, like, kind of Naj, and offensive linemen, they don't count. You know what I'm saying? Like, offensive linemen, they're good, but, like, we're not naming them as weapons. Like, George Pickens is literally on the worst offense in the NFL. George Pickens is, like, literally our best player. We're talking about him getting less snaps than Van Jefferson, man. Really? On Sunday Night Football? Really? For what? And I'm with it. Like, hey, if George Pickens is goofing around or whatever, if George Pickens is bad for the locker room, if George Pickens is doing this, if George Pickens is doing that, I get you. Let me know. But as far as like snap management, what kind of excuse is that? Mike Tomlin, we have the worst offense in the NFL, man. We are shit. We cannot score touchdowns efficiently. We cannot score over 20 points. We can barely get first downs. And we're talking about we're not using George Pickens because we're trying to rotate snaps and get Calvin Austin out there. Are you insane? Are you like, I don't get it, man. And like I said, this is in the morning. It's 12:40, and I know 12:40 is not the morning for you guys, but what time did the game end? Fucking 2 in the morning. I was up late last night, man. Like, what are you talking about, George Pickens snap management? Like, why am I ever seeing this team on offense and number 14 isn't there? What is the reasoning? There is absolutely no reasoning behind that. We have no room for error. I get, once again, if he's bad for the team, if he's bad for the locker room, if he's being a diva, if he's doing this, he's not blocking, he's not finishing his routes, he's not doing this, tell me that. Tell us that. Because like the snap management thing or whatever, that is not what I'm trying to hear right now. I am not trying to hear this guy going through what Broderick Jones has been going through. I am not trying to hear like we're trying to ease him into ease George Pickens into the offense. And George Pickens at the same time, maybe he's frustrated too over this, and maybe this is why like the snap management thing is happening or whatever. Because like, fam, I am one of the best receivers in the NFL, but we can't figure out how to give me the ball. And so I'm tight. And what happens when I'm tight? Now I'm benching. I'm literally not even on the field. It's like we're going through a soap opera right now in the middle of our season, man. George Pickens needs to be on the field. I hate to say it, but he does. Like, at this point, whether he's good or bad for the team, like team chemistry or whatever, morality or whatever, like I get, you know, if he's a bad apple or whatever, you know, all you yinzers say, like if it's that, then do something about it. Get comparable talent for George Pickens. But at the same time, for now, we have George Pickens and we have to use him. If we don't use George Pickens, we can't fucking run the ball. Clearly, we can't run the ball either. And so, like, what are we supposed? We're supposed to just die on offense then. That is what Mike Tomlin has chosen. He's chosen to die on offense. He has elected the way of pain. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, if we're not going to use George Pickens, all of our running backs are hurt. All of our offensive linemen are hurt. We have Van Jefferson playing 47 out of 58 snaps. It's just like we're in the mud right now, man. We really are. And so I am not sure what's going on with George Pickens. I'm not sure if he's in the doghouse or not. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But it is interesting. And I didn't realize this. I kind of like noticed it in the game, but then I see this tweet about like the actual numbers of it all, and to see George Pickens only play 34 of 58 snaps, that's just ridiculous. It makes no sense in a game we lost, in a game where we couldn't score for 3/4 of it. It doesn't make sense to me, man. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if this video sucks. I'm sorry if I'm very frustrated right now. I just don't get it, bro. I just really don't get it. I had such high expectations for this team. I really did. I want to get on here and do the gunshots. I want to get on here and smile. I want to get on here and be like, yeah, let's go Steelers, because we could easily be 5-0 right now. Like, things could be so different for us, like just with 2 games. Like, we could be on top of the world right now if we just could fucking score the ball, if we decided to play George Pickens or something. I don't know. Like, we are 3 plays away from being 5-0 right now, but instead we're 3-2. It seems like we're miles behind every other team on offense, and we won't even use our best player because who knows? Like, he won't block. I don't know. And I get, like, final point of this, you guys might look at me as like a Pickens defender, like I'm trying to defend this nonsense or whatever. For 100% fact, I am not. If George Pickens like won't block or whatever, if we gotta bench him, then we gotta bench him. But don't tell me it's snap management. Like, is the guy tired? Is he hurt? Like, tired of what? Tired of running routes and not getting the fucking ball? Like, what is George Pickens tired from? He's not blocking, so how is he tired? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just incredibly frustrating. I just don't get it. And once again, we lose the game at 2 in the morning, and then I gotta come on here and see, oh, our best player, he didn't play most of it. What? Like, are we dead ass right now? But, you know, it is what it is. I just, you know what I'm saying? I can't with this team. This team has put me through so much already. I'm not out. Of course I'm not out, guys. We could very easily just win next week, and now I'm back up, gunshots flying. You know, I'm not giving up on this team. But I am very real with you guys. That's why, like I said, you guys didn't get a video for a little bit because, 1, life things were happening, and 2, I'm not going to get on here and lie about, like, yeah, we should get Davante Adams. We should. I made a short out of it, but, like, I would love Davante Adams. I really would, but it just, at this point, it just, you know, this offense, it's hard for me to get excited about this team, man. I have Steelers dysfunction right now or something like that. Like, I can't get it up with this team, bro. Like, at this moment, we'll see. Maybe I'll see some TJ Watt edits. Maybe, you know, Mike Tomlin, he'll give another press conference and it'll shoot back up. But right now, I am just deflated. I am just out of it. And George Pickens, we got to play this guy. Like, can we be honest, man? We got to play George Pickens. But if we don't, at this point, man, who cares? This offense sucks. But with all that said, we are going to get it back. I am not out. We are still the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. All we got to do is get a playoff win, and I will be happy. So however we get there is how we get there. But we got to get there. You know, we got to get there. So let's get it together. Let's have some good practices. Let's bring in like David Goggins or some shit. Like, let's get this team remotivated. Let's get me remotivated. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. You guys are I'm going through it, bro. I want this team to be good, and I'm gonna go to work with my Steelers lanyard, and everybody's gonna see it. They're gonna be like, "What happened yesterday?" And we lost, man. The offense didn't show up again. How many times do I got to say this? 36 times at this point. Shout out to Jerome Bettis, but I think that is going to do it for me. Once again, apologies if this video sucks. I'm incredibly sad. The season's not over. Like, I get it. You know, I'm mad. The season's not over, though. I'm a big Yinzer. I'm a big Steelers fan. Next week, I'll be pronouncing us the best team in the world again. But for right now, vibes are down. So, like I said, I think that is going to do it. If you guys, you know, want to continue watching Steelers videos of mine, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment on how you feel this team is doing, what your plans are, what maybe we should do. Maybe we should trade for Devontae Adams. Maybe we should get Deontay Johnson back. Maybe we should trade for Bryce Young, you know, like what's going on or Andy Dalton. What's going on in Carolina? I don't know. Fucking Adam Thielen, somebody, anybody, like Usain Bolt, like maybe he'll want to play football. Alex Pereira from the UFC, like maybe we get him. Roman Reigns just came back. Maybe we go get Solo Sikoa in the Mickey Mouse bloodline. Like after they get packed up, maybe they'll want to come play football. I don't fucking know. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Stone Cold, somebody. Get somebody out there. But for right now, we're just not looking good. So I think I am going to dip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was very tough for me to make. I wanted to get on here and win, but it is what it is. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.